got a little bit here, now I got a. It might not be a big deal. But you can see, I'm kind of, and you can't quite see the video, but we're on a little downslope here. So then I run my mini hoe downward, and I can actually use that blade to level my machine out. It works good, but then when I'm digging this way with the blade over there, I don't have good support, so I got to be really careful so not to flip the machine over. All right, well, let's measure things out here, and I think we're about done here. It was a nice spot. I was kind of worried it might get a little gooey here, because sometimes this area can be pretty wet. Well, got back from the cemetery, so big thank you, Cooper, for coming out and helping Dad get that dug. I know Cooper had some stuff he wants to do today. It's actually Sunday, and he wanted to do some other stuff that he wants to get done on his own time, so I don't blame him. But he took time to come over and help, so thank you, Cooper, for doing that for Dad. Now, we're going to switch to the other bin because the bin we're taking out of, I don't know, bolt broke on the auger or what, but something on the unload auger coming up bin isn't working, but I'm hoping I can turn the pulleys up above. The motor and everything's turning, but the shaft coming in is turning, so hopefully just some shear bolts broke. Who knows on that? Huh? But we're going to go over to the other bin now. We got a boogie on down there, guys. Going to the other bin now. Being Sunday and all the rain, I don't really want to tear things apart on that other auger, so we're going to wait on that. I thought I had that auger up. For being a Sunday, I was going to get out of here quick, just fill the overhead, dig a grave, and go home. But hey, Murphy's Law, something went wrong. This auger here, coming into the bin, started it up, nothing's happening. Anyhow, I have a feeling I can turn the pulley up here. My shaft is working. My shaft is working inside the auger, so we're going to have to drop this to look up in there. But I'm guessing there's one or two big bolts that run that. I'm guessing they're probably broke, gone, history. So let's get this loosened up and see what we got going on. Oh, things happen, things happen. Part of the ball game. Probably don't know what I'm doing, so I'll probably be told like, oh, he was running it wrong. He was running it wrong. So we'll see what we got going on here in just a little bit. That's even smaller. All right, get this thing dropped down. See what we got going on. Do I have a half inch? No, that is not a half inch. I'll show you what's going on here. You can see apart first and find out what's going on. I have some questions.
Next question. What are you
washing down
there?
A little bit too. I'm guessing there's maybe a sleeve that goes inside the pipe, inside the tube here. Maybe one of them bolts. You know, when this thing kicks in, there's quite a bit of and it might have broke both. There's two holes there, but maybe there's only one that has a bolt in it. I don't know. But just the kicking on could have broke them. And then they fell out. And then if there's a sleeve in there, maybe it fell down the tube. If that's the case, I don't know what we got to do with it. We got to take things apart here. Who knows? Might open up a can of worms. But we're not going to work on it today. It's Sunday. But looking down at the bottom side, I can't see in there, but there is a sleeve, so I'm guessing the sleeve probably slid down. I'm guessing. I wouldn't think somebody would put it together without putting the sleeve in there. Would they? I doubt it. I hope not. All right, let's move this thing so it don't blow away on us tonight.
We got one more to play. What do you got? Let's show you. Self-reliant life.
Graduate film at no SL. Since what is it all?
Okay.
6 days in life. That's the week, huh?
There'll be something tomorrow. Or they're celebrating holidays.
The soldering flux that makes you faster without any leaks. Be honest, have you ever spent 20 minutes meticulously prepping, sanding, and sweating a copper joint? You know, you're under the house and the crawl space is down in the mud, only to turn the water back on and see that dreaded drip. Have you ever had to wipe away a messy, burned-on flux run that completely ruined the look of your work? Or maybe you just hate breathing in those harsh, toxic chemical fumes in a tight crawl space. If you answered yes to any of those, I want you to listen very closely. Because today, I'm going to show you the soldering secret that separates the frustrated amateurs from the confident masters. Special thanks to Wiseman Industries. This video is sponsored by Everflux, and when I met them at a trade show, I realized this is the best flux I've ever seen. Whether you're a beginner tackling a weekend DIY project or a seasoned professional with 10 stops today, a leak means one thing. You are losing time, and time is money. What if I told you that the leaks, the messy pipes, and those burning fumes aren't your fault? They're a symptom of outdated chemistry. Today, we're going to break the old rules. I'm going to show you the greatest soldering flux for beginners and professionals. It's a brilliant product from the UK called Everflux by Wiseman Industries. If you watch how effortlessly this solder flows today, you will discover exactly how to make yourself drastically faster and completely eliminate leaks and protect your lungs in the process. I'm also going to reveal the massive mistake that 90% of plumbing videos teach that is quietly causing your pipes to rot from inside out. So let's go to work. Let's answer the most searched plumbing question on the internet right now. What is the best soldering flux for plumbing? The definitive answer is a fast-acting, water-soluble flux. Let's look at the hard facts as to why. Most of us were taught to use cheap petroleum-based fluxes, but here's the truth that other tutorials completely ignore. Petroleum flux leaves a greasy, highly acidic residue inside the pipe because oil repels water. It doesn't wash out. It sits inside the dark plumbing for years, quietly eating away at the copper until it causes a microscopic pinhole leak. You might not have a leak today, but you will have a catastrophic leak in maybe a few years. If you take real pride in your craftsmanship, leaving corrosive acid in a customer's drinking water line is simply unacceptable. You want a legacy of zero callbacks. Everflux solves this entirely because it's 100% water soluble. Does water soluble flux meet U.S. plumbing codes? Yes. Everflux is a fast acting water soluble plumbing flux that not only meets but strictly adheres to all U.S. plumbing codes. I mean, some of these fluxes, they're all gooey and sticky and nasty. And it takes a lot of this. I've seen plumbers just coat it on, and that's literally eating up the inside of the pipe. And you smell it, you don't want to get that on your fingers and go eat lunch. I'm going to take the old flux.
Huh?
Yeah.
And just
cassettes?
put a little bit
What about
here, kind of
cassettes?
like in a ball or something,
They're 4 boxes.
and drop it down in here.
Yeah, man, cool.
Try to.
No.
Why? Huh? I see
Okay,
these.
there it is floating on top.
I'll have to see what they have.
Do the same thing, get like a little
Yeah, a
ball
lot of
here.
cassettes, they can get a lot, you know?
Okay, now, it didn't float, it sunk to the bottom. So let's see what happens. I try to stir it up, and it's sticking to everything. Let's see what happens over here. It's dissolving in the water. I'm even going to grab some more up here off the top. Now, imagine that's the inside of the copper where you put it inside the fitting or the outside of the pipe and it pushed it down in there. And now that is stuck on the inside of the copper pipe. What's that going to do to it? Eventually eat it away? Yeah, this may still be floating in the water, you see, but it's dissolving because it's water soluble. Because when you flush the system, it's gone. It's coming out. And that's going away. That's going to be stuck inside the copper. So tell me, leave it. In the comments, which one would you rather have in your home? This is your water system. Because it dissolves instantly, the second you turn on the water main to flush the system, every trace of Everflux washes away. No acid left behind. No future internal corrosion. Just pure, clean, safe drinking water for your client's family and absolute peace of mind for you. Now let's talk about your most valuable asset, your time. In this industry, prep work eats your profit margin. Every minute that you spend fighting a stubborn joint is a minute that you are not getting paid for. Here's where Everflux completely disrupts the industry. It features a unique formulation that actually cleans as it solders.
Huh?
Now listen closely. Local.
Are you using that P cord?
No, you'll be able to.
How?
Oh, yeah, I should be.
Well, plumbing codes dictate that you must mechanically clean your pipes and fittings with sandcloth.
Why, do you need a charger?
Well, this is old style, you know?
What?
Or a brush.
Old style.
Yeah, don't you have a...
Now,
No?
we never cut
Okay.
any corners,
It's usually
and we
two blocks
always
now.
follow the code. But let's be real. Even after you sand the pipe perfectly, microscopic impurities remain. Sometimes a fingerprint gets on the copper, or the metal starts oxidizing the second the air hits it. Imagine the confidence that you'll feel knowing that you have an ultimate chemical insurance policy. As soon as your torch hits Everflux, it actually strips away that microscopic oxidation, prepping the copper perfectly right before the solder melts. Boom! Look at that capillary action. Because it clings as it heats, the solder doesn't flat shoot. It gets violently sucked right into the fitting. No dry spots, no hesitation. This drastically increases the certainty of a great solder joint. You get in, you seal it perfectly on the first try, and you move to the next joint. Less time means more money. It is that simple. Hey, look how smooth this is. No drip, nothing separated. It's all right there together. Earlier, I promised to tell you the number one mistake that actually causes leaks. It's called overfluxing. Plumbers will grab a cheap, runny flux, glob it all over the end of the pipe like they're frosting a cake or something. When you heat a massive glob of flux, it boils rapidly. It creates trapped gas bubbles and literally pushes your solder out of the joint, creating a leak. Wiseman Industries engineered Everflux to prevent this entirely. It features a premium, smooth paste formulation. Guys, look, it's not separating. There's no problems here. Nothing like you run into with a lot of other fluxes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reach down into the magic drawer real quick. All right, so like I said, you still got to prep the pipe. You still got to ream it. You don't want turbulent water flowing through there. Now, I'm going to show you all the demonstration that I saw because this is what really impressed me. And you look at it, you just get a little bit of flux on it. You put it on, and as you see, this is just a really thin coat of flux on the pipe. The demonstration I saw, this is how they did it. And we're going to do this. We're going to solder it. But like I told you, we don't want to cut any shortcuts. Okay, so we're still going to go ahead and clean it like some of the local codes say you have to do. And, when you look at it, look at the time that it takes. And don't get me wrong, it's not long. But if you've got 1 million joints on the job, you've got 10,000 joints on the job. And I've been on some pretty big commercial projects. You look at all that and imagine how much time you could save. And at the end of the day, look, time is money. So this was one of my favorite things about this. So what I'm going to do is actually, this one's clean. It'll be easy to see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you another thing that they did whenever we're done. So it's really easy to see which one's clean and which one's not. And then put it in. And me, I line up my letters. If y'all know me, you know. Now, I'm going to make this easy so we can see what we're doing. Now, I'm not going to clean this because I'm not going to solder the coupling. But I want to show you on this. I'm using a small tip on here because I know it doesn't take much heat for this. Actually, less heat than normal flux. I'm going to do the bottom first. Now, this is the one that we did not manually clean, but if you look, you can tell it's definitely cleaning it. And I'm not getting it super hot, and you can tell it's drawing it around. All right? And on the rise, and you see it pulled it all the way around. Now, here's what I saw them do that really impressed me. They went ahead and used the Everflux to cool down the joint and wipe it down. I said, why? So why are y'all doing that? Because we're at a trade show? They said, no. It won't oxidize. As you see, I didn't wipe it. I got a big bubble there, or I got a big ball of solder there. I mean, these joints look beautiful. I mean, you look how clean that is. This is just a very nice, good, clean joint. You see the solder drew all the way around. I just touched the back. But look how clean both these joints are. Okay, because of this flawless consistency, you only require a remarkably small amount to make the perfect joint. Just a micro thin layer. Nothing like you see a lot of plumbers put on this each and every day. Let's do the math again. When you use a fraction of the flux per joint, one tub of Everflux outlasts the cheap stuff by a mile. This equates to a massive cost saving and time saving product with a guaranteed result. But here's the absolute best part, and your body will thank you for this. Because you're using a reduced amount of flux, you get drastically fewer toxic fumes. Nobody wants to be stuck under a dark bathroom sink, choking on thick acid smoke that burns your eyes and lungs. Everflux gives you a cleaner burn, it protects your health, and keeps the customer's home smelling clean. And because it's a smooth paste, you get zero messy runs down the outside of your pipe. Your copper stays looking pristine, professional, and beautiful. Other videos skip the technique, but I want to give you the exact blueprint for perfection. Let's put it all together so you can start working smarter, not harder. Step 1, mechanically clean and deburr your pipe. Always deburr it. Step 2, apply a very small paper-thin layer of Everflux to the pipe and the fitting. Remember, less is more. I put it just on the pipe, but I wanted to show you the way that I was shown, and it worked well. Step 3, push them together. Wipe off any excess on the outside. We only want flux where we want solder. Step 4, apply your heat to the back of the fitting and let the Everflux do the cleaning for you. Step 5, introduce your solder to the opposite side of the flame and watch it fly around the joint like I did on the vertical. Step 6, wipe it with the damp rack while it's still warm. Because it's water soluble, it wipes away effortlessly, leaving a stunning, shiny coat. It meets the highest U.S. codes, right? Yes. It cleans as it solders to save you time, and it uses a smooth formulation to save you money and save your lungs. Yes, it is the ultimate all-in-one solution. Look, you can keep doing things the hard way. You can keep fighting with messy, toxic, petroleum-based pastes that eat your pipes from the inside out and waste your valuable time. Or you can make the smart choice. You already know how important it is to trust your materials and protect your reputation. One of my favorite things is how clean the joint looks. Look, guys, I didn't do a lot with this. This side here, I didn't even sand. This one I did. Look how clean these are, okay? That, for me, is a big deal. I hate the joints that look ugly. They've got solder running everywhere, and they turn green. You're not going to have that problem. I'll put a link in the description below to get your hands on Everflux by Wiseman Industries. Click that link right now and put a tub in your tool bag. I guarantee once you experience the speed and the confidence of a perfectly sealed Everflux joint, you will never look at soldering the same way. If this video saved you time and money today, hit that like button. Subscribe for more pro-level secrets, and let me know in the comments, what is the worst plumbing leak you've ever had to fix? Work safe, trust the process, and I'll see you on the next job.
No way. Also, that's it for now, you know?
Here's one of the office.
So much something, you know.
Hmm?
So much how you feel.
You ever watch your videos?
What's you don't watch it?
No, I've got work to do now.
How's class? Yeah. Yeah, what she say about me? Yeah. Last night, 5 a.m. Yep. Yep. Um, we've been talking on the phone. Trying to get together, you know? Yep. Probably with you or him, you know? I mean, he lives close by. He lives in Des Moines. And it is, you know? Well, yeah. My confidence with me, I think. Yeah. Not really. It's one of those stores by the walk in, you know? You know, where you go with me. That's good. The best I did was to go with the people inside. They'll see me with, you know? What did you do with them today? Yeah. Oh, I yeah, I used to get my X-rays.
I'm gonna shut the light off for you.
Look at it.
I know.
Look at it on.
So I'm going to leave it on. I said I got it. Hello, everybody.